I am Fatma Ahmadzi, working as lecturer botany at Government Girls Degree College, Quarry Road, Quetta. The course which I am teaching in this semester is diversity of plants. The topic which I am going to discuss today is the general characteristics of pteridophytes. As we know that kingdom Plantae or the plant kingdom is divided into two subkingdoms. The two subkingdoms are the cryptogams and the phanerogams. The cryptogams consist of seedless plants while the phanerogams consist of seed-bearing plants. The cryptogams consist of the thallophytes, bryophytes and the pteridophytes. The thallophytes are sprout plants which lack true root, stem and leaves. They are algae and fungi. The study of algae is called phycology while the study of fungi is called mycology. Bryophytes are non-vascular plants which lack the vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. They love damp and shady places. They are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom. The study of bryophytes is called bryology. Pteridophytes are the lower vascular plants which consist of the vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. The phanerogams consist of gymnosperms and angiosperms. The gymnosperms have naked seeds which are present in cones, while the angiosperm consist of seeds enclosed in ovary. The pteridophytes are vascular cryptogams. They consist of the vascular tissues xylem and phloem, and they are cryptogams because they are the seedless plants. The term pteridophyte is derived from two Greek words, pteron meaning feather-like and phyton meaning plant. They are plants which bear feather-like leaves. As we said that pteridophytes are lower vascular plants, they consist of the vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem is involved in the conduction of water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves and stem, while phloem is involved in the conduction of food in the form of sugars, which is carbohydrates, from the leaves to the root and stem. The conduction of water and nutrients in xylem is unidirectional, which means in one direction from the roots to the stem and the leaves, while the conduction of food or sugars in the phloem is bidirectional, which means in two directions from the leaves to the stem and root, which means upwards as well as downwards. The pteridophytes do not produce seeds, that's why they are placed in subkingdom cryptogams. They reproduce by the formation of spores. The life cycle of pteridophytes consists of two morphologically distinct generations, which are the sporophytic generation and the gametophytic generation, which alternate with one another. The sporophytic generation is dominant in pteridophytes, while it was not the dominant phase or the generation in the bryophytes. It is diploid, it is involved in the formation of spores. The gametophytic generation is haploid, which is involved in the formation of gametes. Now we will discuss the life cycle of pteridophytes. The dominant phase or the dominant generation is the sporophytic generation or the sporophyte, which is diploid. The sporophyte give rise to microsporophyll and megasporophyll. Both the micro and the megasporophylls are diploid. The microsporophyll give rise to microsporangium and the megasporophyll give rise to the megasporangium. Both the microsporangium and the megasporangium are diploid. After the process of meiosis, the microsporangium give rise to microspore and the megasporangium give rise to megaspore. The micro and the megaspore are haploid. The microspore give rise to male gametophyte while the megaspore give rise to the female gametophyte. Inside the male gametophyte, the male reproductive organ called the antheridium is produced, while in the female gametophyte, the female reproductive organ called the archegonium is produced. The antheridium give rise to the male gamete known as antherozoid, while the archegonium give rise to the female gamete which is called egg. The male and the female gametophyte, the antheridium and the archegonium and the antherozoid and the egg are all haploid. After the process of fertilization, which means after the fusion of antherozoid with egg, a diploid zygote is formed. The diploid zygote gives rise to a diploid embryo. The diploid embryo grows and germinates into young sporophyte, which grows and germinates into mature sporophyte. This is how the life cycle of pteridophytes take place. Thank you, students.